Hi, everybody. I had a request to record a stretching video. So I thought I would do a stretch, something you can do anytime you want, before, after a workout, on an off day, when you just need it to yourself, away from the craziness of family and life. So you won't need anything but your body weight, just a general basic stretch for about 20 minutes. So hope you like this. Use it anytime you want. It's separate from any workout, okay? So we're going to start standing. We're going to go from the top down. So bring one arm up, grab the elbow, hand drops behind the head, pull the elbow up and over. I'm still standing upright. I'm not leaning. My hand is down my back between my shoulder blades. Again, if your neck is crammed, take a deep breath in, lift those shoulders toward the neck, and then lower the shoulders down away from the neck. Now you can lean into it. Now that you've gotten a little more stretch, you're going to feel the stretch come down the side of your body. Come on up and release. Take that same arm across the body, grab it from the tricep above the elbow, and pull at a downward angle. With this hand, you're pulling. You can also go from the top and pull down. I prefer to grab underneath and pull across my body and down. So I'm not just holding this position. I'm using this hand to pull my arm in the same direction that it's pointing. You're going to get a stretch in the head of the shoulder, which is right through here, the deltoid, and the top of the shoulder. And release. Okay, now that I've shown you the shoulder, arm, all that type of stretching, you can also go back with your arms straight back and pull straight up. So I'm not putting my hand on my back and pulling across this way. I'm actually pushing my arm straight back now. So my hand is actually on the same shoulder, pushing it straight back. So my arm, see from behind me, it is not behind my head, it is straight down. And then the other side, I touch my shoulder if you can, and then push straight back. And relax. Okay, we're going to go into body stretch now. So you want to reach up and across. So you're pushing from the foot all the way up into the fingertips and pushing this hip down as you reach this arm up. So it's not just a matter of being in this position, but you're actually pushing this hip down, creating space between the rib cage and the hip. And I'm reaching at those fingertips. Active stretch. Lower the shoulder on the other side and come back up. Other side. Reach up, push the hip down, grow from the rib cage up. And other side again. Now you're going to collapse into it a little bit more. So now my hips are I'm going to let them fall over a little bit. Not using this hand for pressure. I'm just holding it out of the way. And now I'm trying to reach this hip down as I reach across to the opposite corner of the ceiling where the wall and the ceiling meet on the opposite side of the room. Letting gravity take me down. Little by little, making sure you're completely sideways and not going forward. Reach that hand up, help yourself up. Don't ever strain the part of the body you're stretching. You want to use the rest of the body to get yourself back up. Reach up and over And reach those fingertips out. Letting gravity pull you down. Take that on, and that is what's going to help me up. So that way I stay long through the torso. Now, legs are already wide. I'm going to let myself go into a forward fold. You can slide your hands down your legs into a forward fold. Don't forget to breathe. Now, my weight is between my feet, right about where my arches and my heels are. So now I'm going to shift my weight toward my toes. So I am just barely shifting forward. Hands are still on the ground, but by taking the weight off your heels and pushing your upper body down a little more, the stretch is going to go from the middle part and lower part of your hamstring up into your adductors and your upper hamstring and glute. Don't forget to breathe. And shift your weight back to the center of your feet. Widen your feet out. Widen the feet. Lunge over to one side. My foot stays flat on the ground, and my other foot is flat on the ground, and I'm just pushing my groin straight down. Breathe. Press up, walk it over, and press down with the leg straight and the foot flat. Press it up. Now I'm going to shift to the first side, and I'm going to turn that foot up, toe up, looking up, trying to keep this foot flat on the ground. The heel may want to come up. Try not to let it come up. Now I'm getting a stretch on the inside of my hamstring, my abductors, and my calf, as well as some hip flexor. Using the hands to help you up. Come over to the other side. Toe goes up. Press that heel of that bent knee down. Whoa, falling over. Just let gravity take you down. Nice and long, luxurious stretch. Use the hands to help you up. Back into forward fold. Now you want to walk your hands back behind your heels, pulling yourself down into that forward fold, creating a little bit more stretch in the glutes, and now into the lower back. Okay, you're down with your hands down. Walk your hands between your feet. Balance your weight between your feet. Press one hand in the middle of the floor and reach up with the other hand. Look up at the ceiling, twisting your upper torso, trying to open up your chest as much as you can. Don't forget to breathe. Push away from the ground. Reach the hand up. And slowly bring the hand down. Replace that hand with the other one and twist, slowly reaching up with the other arm. Slowly push away from the ground as you reach up. Open the chest. And slowly come down. Nice. Walk your feet together till they're just wider than hip width. Feet are tracking straight forward and lower the hips down toward the feet. Turn the feet open slightly and press the hands into the knees or the hands into each other, pushing the elbows into the knees. Opening up those hips, letting them relax, try not to fight it. Now you want to breathe into your low belly. Every time you take a deep, deep breath, you'll feel your hips expand in this position. Nice. Hands go to the floor. Walk yourself forward onto your knees, lowering the knees. Walk your knees back. On your hands and knees, you're going to press the hips down toward the floor into Cobra. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this from the side. So this is Cobra. There's also Baby Cobra. So feet are flat, pushing the hips down. I'm tight right now, so my hips aren't going to the floor, but the goal is to get your pelvis to the floor, and don't sink into your shoulders, but push up and away from the floor and lift the chin. So since my pelvis isn't on the floor, I'm going to revert to Baby Cobra. Hands come down by the sides, elbows go down at the sides, palms are flat, and now press up from the elbows. Pushing away from the ground. Breathe into the belly. Lower yourself down, relax for a second, and press up again. Sliding those shoulder blades down the spine. Lower, bring your hands back by your chest, slowly pressing up, keeping the neck long, keeping the pelvis on the floor, only pushing up to the point where your pelvis is still on the floor. And lower. Nice job. Curl the toes under. Push yourself up and back into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. This is active child's pose. So your hands and your arms are tight. You're pushing the palms into the ground, pushing yourself toward your heels. Flattening that back, pushing the belly between the legs, and actively pushing those arms into the floor to push your hips back. Now really try to press your lower pelvis toward the floor and twist that tailbone toward your heels. It's all very subtle movements, but something to focus on. Really turn that pelvis, tucking the pelvis up into your belly button as you reach your tailbone toward the feet. And come up. That's an active stretch. Now we're going to go into a relaxing child's pose. Come down, let your forehead come to the floor, and relax your upper body. Don't forget to breathe. My forehead's on the floor. Slide the hands back toward your feet and press yourself up. Now we're sitting on our feet. I have a bad knee, so I'm not going to hold this very long. This is a great way to stretch the front of the leg, in front of the calf, the shin area, and the side of the calf, as well as to start the stretch in the quad. I would hold this for a little longer than I can, but my bad knee does not allow this, so I'm going to push up, bring my knees together, curl the toes under as far as I can. So instead of just having my toes down, I'm going to bring my toes toward my shins. Now I'm going to sit back, fingertips on my heels, and press the hips forward and let the head fall back. If you cannot do that, put your hands in your low back, press up, and push forward, opening the chest. The further you push your hips forward, the more stretch you'll get up the front of the leg. Or your fingertips are on your shoes. God, my shoulders are tight today. Reach your hands up toward the ceiling. And now bring your eyes forward and relax the hips. Press one leg forward, flatten the toe in the back. This is a runner's stretch or the beginning of a runner's stretch. Curl the back toe under, push off the ground, push the heel toward the floor as you hold this lunge. Drop the knee, flatten the toe, press the hips straight back, straightening the front leg. You can even grab the toe and pull if you need a little more stretch in the calf, but don't do it to the point of pain, just the point of stretch, not strain. Notice I'm not sitting on my foot, I'm pushing my hips straight back, getting a nice stretch right behind the knee. Come up, switch legs, press the hips forward, flatten the foot. Really pushing the pelvis down and forward toward my heel. Curl the back toe under, press up into a runner's lunge. Push that heel down toward the floor. Now you're getting a calf stretch, a hip flexor stretch, a glute and quad stretch, well, a glute and hamstring stretch, and your quad is a little engaged. We're going to stretch those quads again at the very end. Drop the knee, flatten the foot out, push the hips back. Fingertips can go down on the floor to support you. Slowly pushing your hips back and down. Slowly bending your upper body forward. Again, you can grab the foot and pull the toe forward or towards your shin. And relax. We're going to do a little bit more groin stretch, so hands down. Widen your knees out. Feet are together, but you're not going back into child's pose, you're coming forward. So you're laying forward, pushing those knees straight out. From the side, hold that stretch. Knees are out, and I'm pushing the hips straight down. So I'm not back on my heels at all. Just trying to stretch out those hip flexors a little bit more. And push up on the hands, bring the knees together. Come on up. Quad stretch standing. Standing, holding one foot. I'm going to turn sideways. This is something that I notice everyone does. Their knee is forward of their other knee and their hip is flexed. This is not going to stretch your quad. You want to engage the glute and pull the knee back next to the other knee and squeeze that glute of the bent leg. The other thing you can do along is pull up on the foot. So now my knee is pointing straight down next to my other knee. My hip is flat, pushing my hip forward as I push my knee back and engaging my glute. So I'm engaging the opposing muscles in order to release the front muscles. And release. Other side. Grab the foot. Find your balance and now push the hip forward. Squeeze the glute and pull the hand or the foot up with the hand. Push this hip forward. You should feel this stretch from the kneecap all the way up to your hip. And release. Seated 4. Cross the foot over the knee. Sit straight down. Keep the chest up. So now I'm stretching the glute of this bent leg and the outside of this leg. If you need extra help, you can lift the foot or you can push down on the knee. This is great for opening that hip up. and come up. Shake it out. Other side, cross the knee over or the foot over. Sit down, keeping the chest up. This is great for balance practice as well. If you don't practice your balance, you will lose it. Push down on the knee slightly. Just enough to extend the stretch. You can lift the foot too. And release. Nice job. Shake it out. That's it for this stretch. If there's anything else you need stretched, you can always send me a message on Facebook or on Instagram, or you can text me or leave a message or a comment on the video. If there's another way you want to stretch, if you want to use bands or something, or just let me know. Hope you like the stretch. Love you guys. Bye.